Joffrey, Renly, Robb Stark are all thieves. They'll bend the knee or I'll destroy them.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Citadel with me, Grand Maester Stitch, where we return to our House Thenn playthrough. In the last episode we went to war with the Starks yet again. Well, we actually went to war with the Starks twice, I believe, because they went to war with us to try and gain revenge and we slaughtered them. And then we went to war with them for the island of Skagos, who were pretty much, let's be honest, more or less the same as the wildlings. They're very similar to us, and now we do own that, but it did give the land to us. But then, as I said at the end of the last episode, I'm going to put those guys back in place. I'm going to unpause quickly, actually, because we have a truce, I believe, with the Starks until 7951. I'm pretty sure that's the case. So yeah, we've only got to wait a year for that truce to end. So if we unpause, at least to get time flowing a little bit while we go through these things. So yes, in King's House, I have reinstated House Magnar. In Deep Down, I've reinstated House Crow. And in Driftwood Hall, I have reinstated House Stain, even though this guy is absolutely woeful. But yeah, at least we've got them all back in position now. Obviously on Skane, we still have a Thenn. I do want to give our son some land as well so that we can get his prestige up. As someone pointed out, we need to make sure that he has better prestige. He's got more than enough martial ability, 29, which is ridiculous. So they're going to follow him through his martial and through his other traits. So now it's all about trying to get him a little bit more prestige. So we will give him some land once we get something really good. We could maybe give him the wall if we can get the Night's Watch to fall. Surely controlling the wall is something that's going to give a lot of prestige to him. With the wildlings, he's defending the wall from the Starks to the south. So yeah, hopefully that will sort him out. And he's had many children himself, all of which, apart from his bastard, were born with that quick trait in the last episode. So that is awesome moving forward as well. Hopefully they're going to inherit that Green Dreams trait from their mother as well. And the days are becoming colder, yields from our crops smaller. We should prepare as winter is coming. Well, if anyone's going to be prepared for winter, it's us wildlings. We know what we're doing. Let's have a look if there's anything new that we can do here. Hire a bard. Let's hire a bard. Why not? Having a court bard is a mark of distinction and refinement. By hiring one, your prestige and reputation will grow. However, you must decide what type of bard you want to employ and how much you want to spend to hire them. Just send the guards to the tavern and bring back the first drunk to hold a tune. Find me a local singer who is reasonably competent. Find me a genuinely talented singer. Send men to the ends of the earth if you must. Let's do that if he's going to gain his prestige. Let's get a nice singer who's going to sing us The Last of the Giants and The Bear and the Maiden Fair. A week's day later, after dispatching men to the furthest ends of the kingdoms and even across the narrow sea, your steward informs you that they have found a talented minstrel, known far and wide as a true legend with a voice like a songbird. The bard is introduced to you and agrees to serve you for the foreseeable future. Congratulations, you say. You are now the court bard of Thenn, a diplomat named Bjorn. Let's have a look. And then apparently he's already joined our court, so let's have a look for him. It's not popped up that he joined our court. Maybe he just comes straight in. Okay, and he's Ty Rocher. Bjorn Golden Tongue with 17 diplomacy. Okay, well, that's very interesting. What's he got in his treasury? A loot. Very nice. We'll make him important. That's certainly interesting. Let's arrange a marriage for him. Let's get him married to a nice Thenn bride. Here we go. We've got this gal here. She'll do perfectly. So we could end up with some wildlings with green hair now, which would be really interesting. What other intrigue stuff have we got that we can do for now whilst we wait for such things? That's why we wait for that. We can construct a flagship. I don't think we've got the money to do that. We need a port in Thenn, so we can't do that. And it's turning colder and colder. The people of Thenn can no longer work the fields. It's a good job that we haven't gone to war for now then. We've already held a great feast. Peace with you. I accept the suggestion that Bjorn and Sagrai get married. I could search for a smith, but I don't think we've got the gold for that. I would like to get as a nice weapon. We have got that weirwood bow, but 100 gold for that. Let's I'll wait for now for the smith because I don't want to blow all that money because I'd really like to. Let's have a look what the options are. What type of smith do you wish to send word for? A weaponsmith for me a deadly weapon. I need a new set of armor. Duels. It'd be so cool to have some bronze armor. A weaponsmith to forge me a deadly weapon. Let's see what we get. We could do with some armor as well. Let's go and nick the Royce bronze armor. That would look so awesome on the Thenns, wouldn't it, if they had the Royce bronze armor with the runes and such. I'm guessing they should have it in this playthrough. Let's have a look. Yes, the Royce bronze armor and replica Royce bronze armor. It'd be so awesome if we could steal that. Or the Valyrian steel sword. Obviously, they're a long way away, so that would be way in the future if we even get that far south, but it would be absolutely epic. At least while we're at peace as well, even though it's winter, our forces are replenishing as well. It doesn't mean the Stark forces are going to replenish as well, but our manpower is much better and our commanders are absolutely incredible, as we know. I don't think there's any minor titles or anything like that that need filling at present. We need a venerable elder. We've got you 55 and Eric, High Chief of the Milkwater Warrior Main. Yes, he's our friend, so we'll make him as that. And I think we're okay for commanders unless we've got someone better than one of these, but they're all High Chiefs, so I don't really want to replace them. And we need something else apparently. We need some bodyguards. Fox Eyes. We've got a Children of the Forest and a Giant as our bodyguards, as well as our son. Our Regent is a Giant, which is certainly interesting. But yeah, okay. What about our society? Wants us to duel you. Let's duel Hagen. Let's challenge him to a duel and try and gain a little bit more renown. High Chief Hagen, the Wolf, has chosen to accept your challenge to personal combat. The duel will take place in the next few days. He's a skilled fighter, 65 personal combat skill. Ours is much better, I believe. Yes, 120. A demonstration duel. You and High Chief Hagen slowly circle each other, tense and focused. You scan him for any signs of weakness, any opening in his defense that you could possibly exploit. The gods will guide me. Your experience in combat and prowess with your wooden staff allows you to spot an opening in High Chief Hagen's defense. It's not much, but it's all you need. I easily break through High Chief Hagen's guard and move to forcefully swing my wooden staff in a perfect half circle, causing him to fall backwards with a surprised huff. He lies sprawled at my feet, completely at my mercy. I accept. Back on your feet. The fight is over. High Chief Hagen lies defeated. You have won. We gain 100 renown, 20 prestige. Perfect. My first raider, Fox Eyes, has told me about a remarkable weaponsmith residing in the Free Vale. He suggests that I invite the man to my court to see the work for myself. Yes, let's do that. Let's see what he can do for us. Even if we get ourselves slightly in debt, we can always get the money back. I think my next target is going to be Bear Island, just to get another outpost and an island on that west side of Westeros. And then with Skagos on Bear Island, we could maybe move into the mountains, the hill clansmen, and conquer these lands first. I think I'd like to try and keep it lore and realistic. I think that would make sense, and we could build some Thenn forts and fortresses up in these hills to help keep them before breaking into the rest of the north. Once the weaponsmith's craftsmanship has been checked by my most knowledgeable attendants to ensure the quality was sufficient, I received him in the throne room. He introduced himself as Master Sigval and gestured towards his numerous assistants who all carried examples of his work. Does my Magna have anything special in mind? Do you know what? I'm going to go for an axe. Because even though the show does have its faults, of course, the Thenns with their massive axes looked pretty cool in the show. Obviously the one that Jon Snow fights, and then the one at Hardhome as well, and they just look epic. Axe, I see. An excellent choice, my Magna, says Master Sigval, and calls forward the assistant cradling 3 axes in his arms. I have 3 examples of 3 different quality levels here. One must determine what one needs and how much one is willing to pay. However, they will all serve your highness well. I do not need any frills. Craft me something effective. Yeah, let's go for the top one. We just want a nice solid axe. 100 gold. We've got the money for that at least. And we're almost over our truce as well, which is perfect. I don't think there's anything else that we can do for now, really. We could assign some guardians for our other sons. I think you've already got a guardian, haven't you? Yes. What about our daughters? We could probably do with arranging some marriages. Durr is now known as the Goliath. Nice. We've got our other daughters, of course. Let's have a look at High Chief Torgun of the Haunted Forest, the Foresters, because I love, it'd be good to get that extra bloodline mixed in with us. Does his daughter have that bloodline? No, his daughter doesn't carry the bloodline, which is a shame. Is it only the sons that... No, does he, why do his other children not carry the bloodline? Only his oldest son, but then his son does. He's sickly. His other son carries it, but who doesn't have any sons. 25. Let's arrange a betrothal between him and... Can't actually do one of our daughters. Let's have a look at Hranik Forrester then. Let's arrange a betrothal between him and... Have we got a daughter that young? We have got granddaughters that young, haven't we? Sigrid of Thenn, our granddaughter. Let's go for that match there. And let's see if we have got one that... He has got his daughter here who's 11. It's so annoying that she doesn't have the bloodline. That sucks. It would have been nice to try and blend some of those bloodlines. If we could get that bloodline as well and then get some of the northern bloodlines, that would have been really cool. Such a shame that they don't have it. Is there any others that have it? He has got siblings. He's got a brother who has a 1-year-old son with the attractive trait, who's also got the bloodline. He does have a sister who, hunchback. She actually has the bloodline as well. Ah, perfect. Blue Gull Ibarg of the Frozen Shore, who has Blood of the Great Warg. High Chief Laughing Eagle achieved what few skin changes can and has become the master of many beasts. Wearing their skin as his own, he is surely blessed by the god. Oh, nice. He's got his own bloodline now, which is pretty cool. Yeah, we'll marry her then into our... Let's arrange a betrothal between her and our son, Sigorn, who... Oh, that sucks. Because he is a warg as well. He's got green dreams. That would have been a really cool match. That really sucks. After the duel, High Chief Hagen of the Ice Rivers asked me for advice on fighting. A little taken back, I happily offered to train with him on occasion. Today, he thanks me for being a good teacher and friend. He adds dunking me on the back before he cocks his head in the direction of the sparring grounds. So we're going to have another fight. Yeah, let's go back to... He does have another daughter, Snake Eater. It's annoying that she has got that hunchback. We don't really want to be bringing that into our bloodline. What about Warrior Mane? Good old Warrior Mane. Does he have children? He has 2 sons. They don't have bloodlines, though, which is a shame. What about the Lady of Hardhome? No. It's so annoying that his other children do not have that bloodline. Only his son. We could really have done with one of the daughters. And they've accepted that suggestion, so that's good. I don't think there's really any others that have got the bloodlines other than this guy. Blue Gull would have been the perfect match. Let's see if we can get our own Guardian. I thought a Child of the Forest couldn't be a Guardian when we tried to do that anyway. If we can get someone in ours, Gendel. No, they're not going to go for it. That's a shame. It would have been nice to get that for our son with the green dreams if we could have got him that betrothal. Let's have a look instead then in our realm. Don't have to be our religion, but married, no. Female, of course. Adult, no. Right, let's have a look. What have we got in here? Have we got any green dreams? Only Bluebell, Courtier in the upper Frostfangs. Can we arrange a betrothal between you and... I think you were the one that we already tried, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. Awesome. Bluebell Stonemorn. She can marry or be betrothed to our warg son, and they'll hopefully spread that warg blood. We haven't got matches for the others, but we'll look into those when they come of age instead. Perfect. Right, so let's forward things along. We want to get our axe, and we want to get that truce out of the way. My king, your daughter, Princess Scony, is responding very well to my tuition. Perfect. What's she good in? Diplomacy. Let's assign a guardian then. Someone with a very skilled diplomacy. Ourselves. Wow, we've got very good diplomacy. Let's send her to Artus, the Tall Talker. Awesome name. Reminds me of Tormund, of course. Well, let's have a look at have all of our children got... Yep, you're with him. Let's have a look at you. You're very good at martial. Let's design a guardian. Someone with decent martial ability. Let's send you to Gendel, your older brother. We've got our other daughter who's too young yet to see what she's going to develop. And our son is as well. And our truce is about to expire. Perfect. Finally, the axe has been completed. Master Sigvil has brought me a sturdy box which contains the item. My hands are shaking slightly as I open its heavy lid. This is excellent. Adds battle axe to the treasury. Let's have a look then at our new battle axe. Very nice. What does that give us? It gives us light foot troops, improves quality of a 2, monthly prestige, personal combat skill plus 10. The weirwood bow gives us a personal combat skill of 15 though, so it is still better, so we'll keep that equipped for now. And it's nice that we've got an axe. We need to give a name for it, and if we build another one, it will be better, of course, the next time. How are the Starks recovering? So I do want to take advantage. 23,000, wow. I grow more and more impatient with Lord Speaker High Chief Torgan. His slothfulness makes him go to extreme lengths to avoid having to do any actual work. Give him stern talking. I was glad to hear Lord Speaker High Chief Torgan decided to amend his ways and start working harder. Good for you. And actually improved our relationship, which is good. I think we've still got more men than the Starks, just. I don't think the Starks have any allies. Pretty sure they didn't have any alliances or such like that, so that's fine. He's got a lot of sons. Prince Torren, Prince Brandon, Prince Desmond, Princess Joella. It would be good if you could kidnap one of his daughters. How cool would that be? Take one of them prisoner and force them to marry or betroth to one of our sons. That would be pretty good. Or grandson. Get some Stark blood. And a practice range has been built in Northdown, which is perfect, so we can now go and do some more upgrades. With our prestige, a weaponsmith, which would give us morale of armies and levy reinforcement rate, would improve. War camp, more light infantry. Let's go for the weaponsmith and improve that morale. And then in the hold of Northdown, let's go for the war camp and get 120 extra troops. We've still got a ton of prestige, so. What about in Hardhome? Can we build? No, they're still building some barracks, but we can build. Let's go for the barracks instead. We need the manpower more than the ships at present. We've got quite a big fleet now, so. And we'll go for small wildling barracks there as well. And we should now be able to declare war, I believe, upon the Starks. Yes, we can. So let's go for the invasion of Bear Island. Perfect. Let's call up our manpower. Our fleets are, unfortunately, on the wrong side of Westeros. And wow, we've actually got some men from Skagos now. We can always, pretty easily though, get our ships around to the gorge. It shouldn't take too long. In fact, probably by the time we get all of our manpower together, they'll be ready anyway, probably. So let's get all our manpower onto the gorge. We've got a load more ships here. Let's sail those around along with these 5 ships. And everybody else march to the gorge. And we'll meet there. Probably going to take a while for our manpower to form together. We can always summon the warriors of the wildlings as well. And there's other stuff we can do. We can make a war sacrifice. We can summon lodge commanders. So we can get more men if need be. We can also... Oh, yes, we will do that. Let's try and recruit the giants to our cause. Because they don't cost a lot. And, yeah, it'd be pretty cool to have giants on side in this battle. I think you actually get mammoths as well, which is awesome. I don't know how many. Or White Harbour. They've stayed independent. They've decided to stay out of the wildling invasion, which is very interesting. Very interesting indeed. It'd be interesting to see what the wildlings would do if we made it as far south as White Harbour. And betrothed can marry. Yes, send. Perfect. Let's get all of our manpower south as quickly as possible. Hopefully we'll get some giants as well. We can always get some mercenaries, although you don't exactly get a lot in the way of manpower, but we do have enough renown that we can summon the wildling warriors. But we'll see first what we need. How much manpower do the Starks have? 26,000, and we've got... I think we only had 28, so it is pretty close. It might be a wise idea to summon. Then again, if we can land on Bear Island first, we should be okay. And I know that we can try and grab more land if we wanted to by landing and getting other stuff under siege, but I'm not sure if I want to take too much in one go. We could start taking some of the mountain clans, I suppose, which have actually got a High Lord as well, which is interesting. They don't always do that. Who rules in the North Road? Just a random house. Not, obviously we're going to have Nori, Wall. Who else do you have at Harclay? Who else is up here? Liddell, of course. And Flint of the Mountains. Oh, yes, I forgot that in the more Bloodlines they actually have the different Flints. I wonder if we'll kill any of those Flints like we killed the other Flints. And the ships actually didn't take long to get here at all. Grave News Burke, having been tending to the wounds of the men at your command, is reported to have cracked under the pressure. We haven't had any wounds yet, and now we've just lost a load of morale, so that completely sucks. How many ships have we got here? Not many yet, but we have got too much manpower, so let's split in half. And let's move 9,000. Let's move the 9,000 back north for now. Let's just split the host slightly. We don't want to lose too much manpower from attrition. And we're going to have a lot of ships here now. They're all starting to merge together. It's not took them long at all, actually, to get around there. Right, 8,000 men. Embark the army. Let's sail out to Bear Island. The other ships can come back for the rest of the host. How many men have we got here? 6,500 merged together. And we've just got to wait for these ships. We should have enough ships there. Yes, embark the army. Sail out. Get those men to land. And we've got 8,000 men here. If we march those onto the gorge, we can maybe land them in the North Road. Who's arrived at our court? A Thenn. No idea who he is. He's a squire, apparently, which is interesting. Okay. His liege, Septon Gwaine of High Garden. Okay, how the hell has a Thenn made it down there? That is interesting. Very interesting, to say the least. Right. Let's get these men out and onto Bear Island. Oh, wouldn't it be cool if we could get Longclaw? Let's have a look at the Mormon. He has got a snow bear, which is interesting. And they do have their own bloodline, so if we could take one of their daughters or something for a bride for one of our children, that would be cool. Gendel is in control of this. Let's go with Eric Warrior Main and Cregan as well. Let's get our main men involved with this invasion. And Govel of Thirst Forest Wildling Revolt. Oh, great. Oh, and it's one of those Wildling Revolts that ends instantly. So we'll send. And you know what? We will execute you. A sacrifice to the gods, which will hopefully help out and let them show us good favour in the war to come. Right, we've got 6,000 men here. Where would be a good place to land those? Let's land them in Crow's Edge. That could probably help. We should have a good defensive position as well up in these mountains. And we can send the ships back to get these other 9,000 men as well and bring those down into Crow's Edge. I'd imagine we'd get... if combat takes place here, the defenders will get a defensive bonus. Yeah, I thought we would because we're in mountains, aren't we? Bear Island shouldn't be too hard to siege. My dear friend, I wish to give you the honour of sending my child, Skille, to join you in Thenn, making her your ward. Wouldn't really make sense, but fine, because I don't want to offend you. Let's have a look who we've got here. We've got the Laughing Eagle. We'll have Nub and Bump. Let's get some giants in control of that siege, shall we? Why not? Why not, indeed? And we've got an open council position. We need a new law speaker. It's going to have to be our bard, probably, isn't it? You can just perform statecraft for now. Let's get these 9,000 on the ship, and then we've got another 1,100 stragglers from the west shelf, I believe, out in the ice rivers. And this is actually pretty well defended as well. I wonder if we're going to get into any fights. We've actually managed to get into a lot of fights lately. And the world is a dangerous place. Devious plots of people trying to kill me. That's not good. Let's, I'm pretty sure our spy master, she isn't, or he isn't. I can't remember if it was a he or a she, our child of the forest. But let's get her to scheme back in Thenn, just to put a stop to any of that. We don't want someone trying to murder us, if we can help it. They seem to be taking a long, long time to get to the gorge. So let's go and dock these men in Crow's Edge. Oh, and then, of course, they get there as soon as I sail away. My king, since I arrived in Thenn, there's never been a shortage of soldiers. Perfect. But news from Skane. Offig of Skane has been elected the new Magister in the city's election. Okay, interesting. But yeah, I want to get as much manpower here in the mountains as possible, just in case the Stark army approaches. There is 14,000 marching over to Skagos, so that's interesting. At least they're leaving us alone. He's a mystic, apparently, as well, this Stark Lord, which is interesting. Look at all those bloodlines. Bale the Bard. Already got wildling blood, my friends. Let's move that back. What have we got here? 15,000. Let's move... Let's move the 9,000 onto Long Watch, then, because we've got too much manpower there. And the ships can go back to get that extra 1,000 men. At least they're close to each other, then, if we need to bring those together. Right, let's get these 1,000 men and bring those down. We are in winter, of course, so we don't want to overload areas, and there's too much manpower for here. Who have we got in control of this? Let's go for the Laughing Eagle in control of this host. Let's split it in half. Let's move 4,000 onto Pine's End, then. Pine's End. And these, let's dock those 1,000 men in Pine's End as well. Bear Island isn't too far off falling, which is perfect. Siege of King's House has fallen. Magna Cregan of Thenn, we do not concern ourselves with the trouble of men. Well, that sucks, because last time you was interesting, but never mind. Perfect. We should hopefully be able to siege these lands down now. Right, who have we got in control of this? Let's go with the Laughing Eagle. Rumours are the great spoils are waiting beyond the walls of Eastwatch, waiting to be conquered by any daring raider with enough grit and ambition. I assume I need to say no more. Accept the mission, loot province targeting Eastwatch by the sea. To complete this mission, personally lead your troops to loot Eastwatch. Yeah, we'll go for that later on. We should be okay to do that. Who have we got in charge of these 3,000 men here? Nobody at present. Let's put Nub in control of that. And then we've got Bump in control of that. That's fine. How much longer until this island's going to fall? Can't be too far away. Do we have a siege leader? Eric isn't a siege leader. Cregan isn't. And I don't think Gendel is either, is he? No. So it's just a case of slowly winding it down. As long as we're not losing too much manpower. The Starks should have lost a lot of manpower when they lost the Mandalays as well, hopefully. And a son was born to Bjorn Golden Tongue and Sugoi named Rakari, who's died, so it doesn't matter anyway. Still find it so weird that we ended up with a Tyroshi. So random. So random. Aha, here comes the Stark force. Let's get those reinforcements up there quick, and let's get Gendel, Cregan, and Eric Warrior Main in control of that, and then we can move the Laughing Eagle over there. Hopefully these will get there before him, because we're going to need a big advantage. We haven't got a huge advantage anyway, so we should hopefully be okay. But if we can get these extra reinforcements there, that should hopefully help crush the Stark host, and then we can just chase them down and slaughter them, hopefully. We've had great success with that so far this series. New Lord Commander on the night of the Night's Watch, a Royce. Interesting. Got some Martel armor and a black loot. Interesting. And the 8,000 men are on their way, so hopefully they will make a difference. Bear Island is about to fall any second now. Perfect, we've now got 8,000 there. Let's merge those together as quickly as possible. Sorry, Nub, but we're going to want Gendel in this battle. He's an absolute beast. Let's get these other 4,900 here. Will they arrive first? They're going to arrive on the 27th. You're going to arrive on the 18th of the 4th, 27th of the 3rd. Oh, yeah, so all our troops are going to arrive there way before the Stark host does, which is perfect. Let's dock the ship in Bear Island then. And we'll bring some of these boys back over to the mainland as well. We've got 13,800, which is going to be more than enough manpower. Let's split in half. Let's take the 3-8, embark them, and we'll bring those over, and we'll leave 3,700 under the control of the Giants to continue the siege of Bear Island. Let's dock the rest of the host there. We should have a huge host. We should crush that Stark host. We're camping up in those mountains. Should work perfectly in our favour. And wow, that thing in Northdown's been finished already. That did not take long at all. 16,000 men here now, which is not good for the attrition, but as soon as we slaughter that Stark host, which the Stark King is leading. Harlan of Freevale Warden Revolt was declared Peasant Revolt for Freevale. Well, that's annoying. We are going to have to send some troops home, and we've ran into a Wall, who is a skilled fighter, but he's ill at the moment, so we should be able to take him on. So, our ongoing struggle outside of the Wall seat has brought out the best of military strategies. One of them is a Thenn veteran with a chant for innovation. Oh, he's suggesting that he retire from the battlefront and return to Thenn to continue his work. Lose 15 gold, and we're going to gain a lot of stuff. So yeah, that sounds like a sound investment to me. My ward, Fafina, is inquisitive and asks so many questions, it is hard to answer them all. I try my best, and for every answer I give, Fafina seems to like me even more. We've become close friends. Okay, fair enough. And we've slaughtered that Stark host. It's so annoying that we can't get hold of that Stark King. It would be so awesome if we could get hold of him. Let's split this host in half. Let's move 7,000 onto Long Watch. We need to split our host desperately to stop us losing too much manpower. The siege of Bear Island is going pretty well. Let's get the ships over there just in case. How much manpower do the Starks now have? 25,000 apparently, but wherever the rest of his host is, I don't know. It's not on Skagos, so no idea. We need to go and take care of that peasant revolt. 2,800 men. Wow, that's a lot. A hell of a lot. And the wall seat has fallen. Perfect. Let's march on to let's march this host. Wow, 22,000. Yeah, let's march this 6,000 there to join with those, because that's a huge army 2 Stark hosts. So we want to try and get our men together if we can. It's a shame that we can't call up more manpower, and we could really do with it. We need to keep an eye on that peasant revolt as well, because they will. Who owns the Shivering Forest? A random Thenn. But they will, of course, slaughter the entire host that lives there if we're not careful. Bog of Shivering Forest, Wildling Revolt was declared. Oh, another Wildling Revolt. So annoying. They've waited for us to be away. 6,000 onto Pine's End. Let's get them both under siege. Bear Island's about to fall, which is good. Again, for a second time. Have we got enough man? Yeah, there's no point attempting an assault, to be honest. Who's leading this 6,000? Our son Gendel, 31 Marshal. My king, the colony at Skane, is under siege by forces led by rebels. 98 men. A force must be... Yes. Is 98 men really going to be able to do any damage? Seriously? Let's split this host in half. Let's send 1,800 on ship back to Skane. Shouldn't take them too long. And, wow, 22,000 men there. What advantage have we got? Forest Province, let's get as many troops there as possible then. 12,000. Will they be able to hold off the 22? Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? I don't know if some of them are retreating, though. And we have got that advantage. Would they be able to get away in time? No. No. So we'll leave them where they were, and hopefully they can hold off and win that battle. 13,800. Merge together. Cregan, Eric, and Gendel together can surely hold off any host. We'll end this episode with this battle, and the Siege of Woodfort Watch is done. Let's threaten the vassal, keep him in line. Now that that's under control, there's just one more fortress on Bear Island to take care of. Hopefully these 13,800 can take care of the start. Oh, wow. Yeah, they're absolutely slaughtering those 20,000 men. And we have ran into a Mollen, who has 20 personal combat skills, so prepare to die. That's right, coward. Run back to Dawn Forest. Honoured Magna, I ask for your forgiveness. I have done something to offend. I obviously wouldn't dream of associating with any faction conspiring against you or your enlightened rule. Good. Stay in line, my friend. Stay in line. And we've slaughtered that Stark host yet again. Our fleet obviously isn't going to be there just yet. And we just slaughtered 5,000 here. A son was born to Prince Gendel. Beyond the wall, and probably the skin changer named Cregan. Yeah, they can call him Cregan after us. Why not? And 13,000 men actually isn't enough men to suffer attrition here, so that's good. We'll keep them together. Bear Island siege is coming along nicely. We're just waiting for our fleet to get around there. Is that another? Wow, that's a 2 half-decent strength wildling revolts, so we are going to need to take some men home at some point, but we can't risk it yet until we've done more damage. We are at 50% though, so if we can get Pine's End and Longwatch under siege, as well as the rest of Bear Island, and then just destroy the Stark host another time or two, that should be enough. My king, your daughter, Princess Scone, is most uncooperative. That sucks, but never mind. It's one of those things where are our ships? Here they are, just coming around the harbour. A massive wildling fleet, which is hilarious. But, yes, we'll end this episode here, guys. We'll continue with our invasion of Bear Island and the Mountain Clansmen in the next episode. The Hill Clansmen, sorry. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to like and comment down below. Join the Discord server and subscribe if you haven't already, guys. And hopefully I'll see you all very soon for the next episode.